What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Quick announcement before we get into the video. This is just a little announcement because I'm announcing the Wsop Aruba giveaway. I mentioned about a month ago that I'd be giving away one lucky person that's a member of the channel a free, complete, entire trip. Everything's paid for. I'm paying for it. Wsop Aruba's paying for it. You get a free travel, so free flights with you and a friend, free hotel stay, and a $1,700 main event ticket seat given to you. So thank you to everyone that participated, and I'm here to drum roll announce the winner. Blake Freemoth, I just picked you. Check your email because I sent you an email earlier this morning. So do that. Congratulations. Email me back. And shout out to everyone that did join. I appreciate everyone that supported, and I'll see you in a month. If you want to come to Wsop Aruba yourself, please kindly email Bridget, where you can have some poker player rates and get rooms at a discounted rate, and you'll see me there for sure, splashing around. The resort where all the tournaments are played at is right next to the beach. It's beautiful, it's paradise, and the dates are going to be late September to early October. So if you're around, you want to come hang out, you want to just come to Aruba, bring your significant other. It's a beautiful place, beautiful island. I recommend checking it out. It's a great vacation with some poker as well. It's a win-win for everyone. Email Bridget for some accommodations and booking, and I'll see you, Blake, here at Aruba in a month. How to spot someone knee-deep into the Vegas tournament grind. Buy-in of $3,500, breakfast acai bowl here, and we're about to get started into this Aria $3,500 tournament. I've actually never played a tournament here at Aria before, and it's a good time to do it because it's a $3,500 buy-in, 1 mil guarantee. There's currently still an overlay, and I'm max late regging basically. Really living the reg life of playing freaking tournaments. Hope you're all having a great day. It's another day, another tournament. Yesterday, what didn't go great. Hopefully things go better here in this one. We're gonna start off with 25 big blinds, and we're gonna start playing in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna stop talking to you guys because I got my breakfast to finish and a tournament to play. Let's go. Hopefully I'm in for one buy-in, but late reg is still open for another hour, so there's still plenty of time to buy in for more bullets, I guess. Here we go. Late regging into this $3,500 Aria buy-in. We get 50,000 starting with chips, and off to level 10 we go. Blinds are 1K, 2K, 2K, and the very first deal, I pick up pocket fives to start off the day. I'm in the cutoff and raise things up to 5,000. Action folds to the big blind, who also just registered for this tournament. He makes the call for the same stack. So off to a flop we go of ace, ace, deuce, 2 clubs. Good flop for me overall, as I have pocket fives. A pair's hard to make here on this board, and when he checks it over to me, I bet small for 3,000. And for 3,000, he makes the call. Going to a turn which comes the 6 of clubs. Pretty dicey. Flush draw gets there. Another card over my pair, as expected as most turns will be. Anyways, he thinks for a while and ends up betting and leading out for 8,500. Looking like a pretty big lead here, about half pot, and I obviously have a pretty good hand to make the call with and bluff catch, although potentially thinking that jamming might be an option as well. Who knows? As played here, I make the call, and we're going to navigate a river which comes the 7 of spades. Oh boy. It's like not the worst card in the world. Yes, another card over my pair, but like how many 7s is he going to have? This hasn't really changed the whole board much. And now he decides to just go all in himself. 31.5 thousand. First hand, first deal. I'm already facing an all in. I'm confused. He's basically only repping an ace or flushes here, and why wouldn't an ace want to just check raise on the flop? So basically thinking that he only has flushes, I have 2 red 5s, I don't even have anything. It's a painful spot to be in. I think about it for a while, and ultimately I think it's best to just preserve my tournament life, not go crazy right now with not the best bluff catcher here. Certainly have stronger hands like an ace, and if I had an ace, I probably would call. So I just fold, leaving myself with 33,000 behind, and that's how I lose a significant part of my stack first hand in. Next hand, though, we get a better deal, better peel with aces on the button. I chip down after paying the blinds, and action folds to me. I'm sitting with 12 big blinds, and I think the best course of action here is to simply just limp. Like I said, I've been working in a limp strategy, and limping strong hands along with weak hands make the most sense. Small blind calls my limp, and now the big blind does something very fun. He raises to 6,500, and the players in this field are pretty good. This big blind player is a notable one, Kevin Rabichow, and here, as played, I'm going to just make the call. Don't think I want to blow him off of whatever hand he's holding by 3-betting, so I call, small blind folds, and we're going heads up to a flop of 10-9-5, 2 hearts.
Surprisingly, he starts off with a check out of position, expecting them to bet a lot of the time, but I'm here to build a pot, and I decide to bet small here to 3,000. With how little my chip stack is, I think I can just milk him in, but no milking. He puts me all in by jamming. I snap call. Let's go. He has king 10 of clubs for just top pair here, so I'm very much ahead for my tournament life. Let's find a double. The turn, bink, for him. It's a 10. GG's. I'm dead. Goodbye to bullet number 1. What a brutal way to start off. All right, after rebuying for a second time, I'm in for a second bullet of 3,500, getting pretty expensive as I'm into this tournament for 7,000 now, but I pick up Jack 8 of diamonds and the button. I've chipped up to 60,000 and I raise things up to 4,500. Only the big blind defends here, and we're going to play button versus big blind to a flop of Jack 6-7 rainbow with 1 diamond. He checks it over to me, and with top pair here, I'm happy to bet, and I decide to bet out 5,000. And this player decides that 5,000 isn't enough. He check raises to 13.5k, and sitting with top pair with some backdoor opportunities, I have an easy call here, and I think as short stacked as we are, the plan is to just stack off with my top pair. He certainly can have better kickers with the jack or even 2 pair, but I'm short enough to just commit my stack. So I make the call here, and the turn comes the queen of hearts. Oh, well, I don't love this spot at all anymore, but still feel like I might have to stack off. He bets out 10,000, sizing down from his check raise. I have about 38,000 in my stack, and thinking that a jam would be an overplay here. He's a good enough player to obviously have a lot of check raises as bluffs, and obviously I want these bluffs to continue firing on the river if need be. So I make the call here for 10,000, and we're going to a river in a tricky spot. The river is the 3 of clubs. And while he's thinking about his decision and thinking for a while, I've already made up my mind. I'm going to be calling an all-in here. The queen on the turn really sucks, but it shouldn't be something that I'm super afraid of. Once again, my tournament life is going to be at risk. The one bad thing about my hand is that my kicker as an 8 blocks a lot of his bluffs that he could have, like 8-9 that would check raise on the flop here and continue barreling. Anyways, I have a pair of jacks, and then he bets out 21,000. He doesn't put me all in, leaving myself with about 7,000 behind. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be committing my hand to this. I just decided to make the call, hoping I still win. But if I lose, I won't be out of the tournament. And he ends up mucking for a bluff. Not going to show his bluff here, but I'm going to take this one down. Win a pretty big pot, essentially doubling up here with a pair of jacks. And my chip stack is up to 112,000. This hand's recorded late, but I pick up the premium pocket fours with the cutoff open on 25 big blinds. I shove in the small blind here, and cutoff calls off with king queen, so it's a flip. Oh, so close to having 200,000 in chips, about 4x starting. But after losing this flip on the dirty river, pocket fours gets cracked. I'm back down to 70,000. It is never an easy time. I chip up massively, and then I end up just losing a flip. The story of my WSOP so far. Time to rebuild. Closer to starting stack now. Oh, so close to 4x starting stack. At least I have 70,000. We're on a mini break. One mini, like 10-15 minute break because late reg is ending. I'm officially in this tournament for only 2 bullets. Granted, 2 is a lot for entering with only 1 hour to register. It is what it is. Let's fire back in there. Let's try to sun run this because I have like 30 big blinds in a dream now. Moving on to level 11, blinds have increased, and I pick up queen jack offsuit in the cutoff. I raise things up to 5,500 and get some action. The button and big blind decide to call. So 3 ways, multi-way to a flop of queen jack 4 to spades. Having top 2 pair, I'm sitting pretty comfortably. When the big blind checks it over me, I certainly have a decision to either bet or check. And in these spots here, I just lock up the board so much. I decided to bet for value here for 6,000, and surprisingly, the button makes the call. He's been super active. Every time I enter the pot, he seems to enter the pot as well. Maybe he's trying to target me, a weak player, or, you know, quote-unquote weak player, whatever. Anyways, the big blind folds, and we're going to go heads up to a turn, which is a bink queen. Just the freaking nuts. How sick is this? And here, when the board is paired, I just feel like most of the time I'd be c-betting too wide. And for balance, I check over my nuts, and he ends up checking back. Going to a river now, which is a brick deuce of hearts. So unfortunately, the spades didn't get there, which might have checked back as played. but it's a decision on how much to bet because I'm obviously going to not let this river go check, check. And it's pretty unclear whether I want to bet small, want to bet huge. And I decided to go small here, a little blocker bet of 5,000. A lot of the time when you bet small, you might get raised sometimes, but sadly, it doesn't happen. He just makes the call pretty quickly and I win. Maybe could have sized up a bit because it seemed like he had a jack as played. Either way, I win a small pot. I get paid hitting the nuts. And shortly after this, there's 160 players left. It gets announced that 43 players get paid, and it's $224 Dolarinos for first place. Let's go for that first place prize. Progressing to level 12 now, I pick up a premium with Ace King of Hearts in the hijack with about 175,000 in my stack. I raise things up to 6,500, and here I face some resistance as the button, who I've been battling with, 3 bets to 21,000. Action folds to me, and unfortunately for this player, I just have such a good hand. I'm looking at his stack. He's got about 120,000, so 40 big blinds give or take here. And playing out of position with 40 big blinds effective, I think there's only one move, and it's going to be an all-in. I shove, this player thinks, and ends up folding. So I'll take it down pre-flop, but it's a big hand as it crosses me over the 200,000 chip mark. Let's keep chipping up. Things are going really well here. Just want to avoid the flips. After chipping up big time, I pick up Ace King offsuit once again. I'm in the hijack the next orbit and I raise things up to 6,500. Action folds around to the big blind, who has a short stack, and he jams. I snap call here as it's an easy decision. He has pocket sevens, and remember when I said I wanted to avoid flips? Well, this one is unavoidable. Let's just win this one here. The run out goes brick, 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 7. And he rivers a 7 for a set. It's really frustrating to just keep chipping up in these spots at non-showdown or just continually winning these small pots. And then when the big time comes to win a flip, I just give it all away. It's hard to win tournaments if I lose every single flip, and I give up 80,000 in his stack. I'm back to another crippled stack of 110,000. After this hand, there are 108 players left, and I'm in desperate need to chip up again with over 30 big blinds. All right, here's an attempt to chip up. I pick up ace-9 offsuit in the big blind, and there's a +1 raise to 6,500. Action folds around to me. This is definitely a solid player at the table, and I have a decision to either raise or call here a lot of the time, and I opted for just a call here with a playable ace. Let's see a flop of 10-5 deuce rainbow. I check it over to him, and he bets out 4,500, and at this point here, ace-9, for some reason, I just love choosing this as a magic hand to go a little crazy with. I've seen this player be really aggressive and get caught with some bluffs a lot of the time. So in my head, I think he's over c-betting this flop where he shouldn't really have a whole lot. So I check raise to 12,000. I have all the credible 2-pair holdings, some sets like 5s and deuces, but I obviously will play my 10-5, 5-2, and 10 deuce suited, which is very credible. But on this dry board, he ends up making the call, which is a little suspicious, but we're going to a turn which comes a 7. Total rainbow board now, and I'm sitting in this spot with ace-9 high. I went for the check raise on the flop, hoping to just win it, but that didn't happen. Could give up here, but giving up is boring. I continue with another bet of 15,000 as I would with all of my strong in value combos. And for 15,000, he ends up making the call. Oh man, this is going to be dicey. We're going to the river now, which comes the king of spades. All right, this card should be a brick. Not only does it block pocket kings as a possibility, but he doesn't have many king X, and at this rate, I mainly just put all of the 10x holdings in 1-pair spots into a very unfortunate spot. Like I said, I can credibly rep a lot of 2-pair combos like 10-5, 10 deuce, 5 deuce, and how would I play those hands? It would be an all-in. Yeah, I just rip it all in, about 69,000, and he doesn't take too long before arriving at a decision, which is a call. Damn it. I didn't even think about it, because I guess when a known punter is going to blast off into you, you make the call with Jack-10 offsuit with a pair and pray that it's good. And yeah, it's good. Nice call to this opponent, James Romero. Shout out to you. And you get screwed, man. What's kind of fortunate is that my tournament life is still alive. He had a little bit of a shorter stack than me. He had 57,000. So now I'm sitting with 12,000, 4 big blinds, and a dream. Here we go. After paying the blinds, I have about 12,000 left, and here I go 3-way all-in with 8-9 off suits. It's my last 4 big blinds. I just have to find a way to chip up or triple up somehow, and I find myself in a 3-way all-in situation. I'm up against ace-9 and king-queen. And somehow, someway, I bink the gutter on the turn, fade all the outs on the river, and what the hell, find a very silly triple up, and now I have 13 big blinds. So here's the lifeline I needed. The tournament life is still alive, which is the most important thing, and I'm back with a small stack, but still able to navigate.
We're on another quick break. Fucking went for it, didn't work, and I actually chipped up, so like about 70,000 now. After the silly little triple up with my 4 big blinds, chipped up, basically doubled that, threw a bunch of all-ins, got a bunch of folds, battling it out. It's gonna be a long day, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. I just might bust the next hand.
After break, I'm trying to find a way to stay alive here. Level 13 we go, blinds have increased, and I pick up pocket 10s in +1. This is huge. I have a premium, and I raise things up to 8,000. Folds around to the small blind player, who I would consider to be an OMC. He ends up jamming. Oh, I hate my life here, but I'm not going to be folding pocket 10s on such a short stack. I would only assume he has ace-king at the very worst and higher pocket pairs, but let's gamble. I can't fold this. I make the call, and he has ace-king. Oh my god, it's another flip. And I lose right away with the ace on the flop. Why are these called flips if I can't win a single one? Somehow, surprisingly, I still am alive because I had this player covered. I'm left with crumbs. Once again, 4 big blinds in a dream. We've done this before, tripling up with 3 big blinds. Time to spin up another small stack after losing a flip. I fold my way into the big blind where I'm left with 3 bigs, and I pick up 6-7 of spades. Action folds around to the button who raises preflop, small blind folds, and I have crumbs, so let's go all in with a suited connector. Can't be that bad because I have such a small stack. He has jack-9 and calls my all in. It's a sweat, but the flop I have outs. Sadly, I have no more outs on the river, and when I run out of chips in the tournament, the floor asks me to leave as I've been eliminated. Very unfortunate to lose in this fashion, just losing every single all-in, and there may or may not have been some tilt settling in, so let's just go to the outro where we talk about my initial thoughts, which may or may not be full of tilt.
Can't win a fucking flip to save my goddamn fucking life. Brutal run of tournaments. Granted, the ace-9 was a little bit of a punt. I don't know. I'm gonna ask some people and see if that was a punt. Probably though. But everything else, they're just like, I can't win the damn tournament if I can't win one single all-in. Whether I have the pair or I have the overcards, it doesn't matter. I just lose. Thanks so much for watching. The tournaments are max pain. Trying to find the positivity in grinding and bricking. Tournament after tournament after tournament. It's getting to me. It's a lot. Maybe I'll make a video talking about the journey so far because it's struggle city. That's all I have to say. Thanks so much. Let's just fucking win something soon. Need it for the morale. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Pity likes. Keep doing the pity likes. It's good. It's good for the channel.